Hello everybody, my name is Bragster and welcome to another predictions video, this time for AEW's Double or Nothing. I think this is only my second AEW predictions, which in a way I quite like because, you know, with WWE I do it every single month. For AEW and NXT I do feel like it's a bigger occasion because it comes only a few times a year rather than every bloody month. But anyway, this card looks unreal. Genuinely looks unreal, and I cannot wait for this pay-per-view. Fingers crossed, if all being well, I should be streaming my reactions to AEW's Double or Nothing. Double or Nothing. But obviously, as we saw with WrestleMania Backlash, sometimes I'm an idiot and don't know how to set a clock properly. Yep, that happened. But anyway, without further ado, I think we'll just get straight on with the predictions. No title on the line, no Kai because he doesn't watch AEW. So let's just get on with the predictions and see what I predict, I guess. So we're going to start off with the Casino Battle Royal, which this time is for a future AEW World Championship match, and that's between the likes of Christian Cage, Penta El Zero Miedo, Powerhouse Hobbs, Jungle Boy, Matt Hardy's in there, QT Marshall, Brian Pillman Jr. is in there, Colt Cabana's in there. There's a whole array of names. Obviously there's a few at the top. I feel like the likes of Christian Cage, Powerhouse Hobbs, Penta, Jungle Boy are kind of the names that everyone's kind of looking at. And then that to be announced spot as well. Could it be Daniel Bryan? Probably not. Most definitely not. But I feel like let's go with the obvious choice. Christian Cage is my pick for this one. They set it up when Christian Cage first arrived in AEW. They set up the fact that he could be facing Kenny Omega, and I feel like it's a good idea. Christian Cage should probably not really main event of AEW pay-per-view. Like, he's still new in the company, and I don't feel like they've built him up enough. But to win a Casino Battle Royal and maybe have the main event on a Dynamite, I can see that. I can really see that, or like a Beach Break or a Fyter Fest main event. I can see it, and I feel like it would sell. It would bring a lot of eyes on the product, and if they were to, like, you know, have it in an arena, it'd sell tickets instantly because it's Christian Cage. You know, the first time Christian Cage has returned in front of fans. You know, something like that. Really, I think it would be a really clever idea actually from AEW. So I'm going to go with Christian Cage for that one. Next up on the card is the number 1 ranked male and the number 2 ranked male in Adam Page and Brian Cage. I think they're still number 1 and 2. Maybe not, maybe they dropped down a bit, but at the time they faced each other the first time, they were 1 and 2. Adam Page and Brian Cage. And I feel like Adam Page is getting his win back. Brian Cage got quite a shocking victory over Adam Page when they were number 1 and number 2. When Adam Page was number 1, and I think Brian Cage was number 5 at the time. And now I feel like Adam Page is going to get that win back. I think what they're trying to do with Adam Page, they're not really doing much with him until that time opens up where they can really push Adam Page to the moon and have him beat Kenny Omega. I feel like that's exactly where it's going, and why not? Why can't that will be probably the greatest moment in AEW history, quite easily. So why not set it up here with a win over Brian Cage? Plus, if there's a bit of dissension in Team Taz, it could add to that Brian Cage story that's going on at the moment as well. Another match on the card is the NWA Women's World Championship match, where Serena Deeb is facing Riho for the title. This is actually quite a hard one for me. I'm going to go with Serena Deeb, because Serena Deeb is amazing. I know Riho's amazing as well, but I don't feel like they've built anything up with Riho. Like, at least with like Thunder Rosa, she's mentioned the NWA title, so if she faced Serena Deeb again, then I could see it happening. But Riho has never mentioned the NWA World title, never once. So I kind of think the best option would be to keep Serena Deeb as champion. But it's going to put a lot of eyes on the product. Even having this just on the pre-show is going to put eyes back on NWA. Bear in mind, NWA is trying to get back off with Power. So why not? Why not put this on the pre-show, which is what they've done? And I feel like Serena Deeb is going to be walking away with this one. Next up on the card is the American... Sorry, I knocked my mic there. The American Dream, Cody Rhodes with Arn Anderson versus Anthony Ogogo, repping it for the British lads. I wish there was a crowd here for this, because Anthony Ogogo would get the British crowd going. Like, he knows how to do it. It would be like a boxing match, but unfortunately we can't really have many British fans in there. But I'm going to go with Cody Rhodes for this one. And my reasoning for this is stupid, right? My reasoning for Cody Rhodes winning is because he's called the American Dream. He's usually the American Nightmare, but he did a promo where he'll be addressed in this match as the American Dream, because it's America versus Britain in this one. And that is the reason why I'm going to go with it. It's a classic story of America is better than everywhere else. So if that's the story, you've got to go with the American, really, haven't you? So that's what I'm going to do here. Anthony Ogogo has been incredibly impressive, and if he wins, I think I'll pop more than most of the other matches. But unfortunately for him, I just don't think it's going to happen. Next up on the card is a very interesting tag team match between Sting, with Sting and Darby Allin on one side, facing Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page. This is a toss-up for me. I want to see Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page win this, but I don't know if they will. I'm going to go with the safe option of Sting and Darby Allin. It's Sting's first in-ring match since his return. I know he's had previous matches, but there was a cinematic match, wasn't it? But I'm going to go with Sting and Darby Allin. I think it's a safe choice, and I know it's a very safe pick from me, but it's the only thing I can think of, to be honest with you. You gotta sometimes pick the safe option, and that is exactly what I'm doing here. Sting and Darby Allin to get the win, although I would love Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page to pick up the win there. Next up on the card is the AEW TNT Championship match between the champion of Miro versus Lance Archer. I know that Dante Martin has a title match, and this video might go out after. I don't know the timings of when the video is going to come out, but it could be coming out after AEW Dynamite. But Dante Martin is not winning, is he? No, the dominance of Miro is going to continue, and going to continue past Lance Archer. It's too early, too early. When you're setting up a monster to be champion, you've got to have the monster have a long reign, and that's exactly what they're going to do with Miro. It's clever. I like it. This new Miro, I feel like it's a breath of fresh air, to be honest. And I know it sounds incredibly stupid to say, oh, it's a breath of fresh air, when we've had a dominant Miro / Rusev in WWE. But this Miro is different to any other version we've seen before. He's unhinged. Beforehand, he was a brute. This time, he's unhinged, and I love that. I absolutely love that. And it's something you don't see very often when it comes to like a dominant heel, and not only a dominant heel, but a dominant heel without a manager as well. I love it. I just love it. I love Miro, and let's continue. I feel bad for Lance Archer, but I understand why they're doing it, because Miro beating Lance Archer will be a big deal, and that's because of the way they've portrayed Lance Archer. Even though Lance Archer hasn't actually done that much in AEW, he still feels like a big deal, so it would be a massive win for Miro. Next up on the card is the AEW World Tag Team Championship match between the Young Bucks and Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston. I can't speak today. This is an interesting one. Obviously, John Moxley and Eddie Kingston are unbelievable. I love them. Like the little deathmatch pairing. I love it. But unfortunately, the Young Bucks will be walking away with this one. I don't really know who's going to take the titles off the Young Bucks. It's an interesting one. I really don't know actually who's going to take it off of the Young Bucks. It could be Penta and Phoenix is one I can see. The Lucha Bros coming back together. Like I know it's been like Pac and Phoenix for a while, so maybe that possibly. I don't know who else could possibly take it. I'm just trying to think. FTR, I can see FTR doing it, but it's heel versus heel, and I think they'd have to wait a while, especially past like this whole, like at least let things settle with the Pinnacle first before then doing the FTR stuff. But I can see the Young Bucks losing it at All Out. I can't see them losing it here. I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't be against it, but I can't see it. I feel like there's just going to be some screwy finish or something like that, but I'm going to go with the Young Bucks here. Next up on the card is the AEW Women's World Championship match between Hikaru Shida and Dr. Britt Baker, D.M.D. It's going to be Britt Baker's. This is Britt Baker's time, isn't it? It's Britt Baker's time to take that title, and I'm so happy for her. What a women's wrestler she is, and nothing against Hikaru Shida. It's to do with the booking, but her reign has been a bit disappointing. Like, her matches have been good, but her reign as a whole hasn't been treated as a big, like, it's been treated as a big deal, but you get what I mean. Like, there's just something's been missing. It really has been missing, and I don't know what it is, but Dr. Britt Baker will carry that division, and I think we'll make it a big deal. You know, some people have pitched for Dr. Britt Baker to actually reveal a new women's championship, AEW women's championship design. I'd actually quite like to see that, and maybe like usher in a new age. You know, I know it's different to when WWE did it, because WWE made the women seem like a joke, whereas like with AEW, they don't make it seem like a joke. They don't. But it's you know, they need a bit more behind them, and I feel like maybe having Britt Baker win the title and change the design would really make the fans go, okay, the women's division is something to pay attention to now, and I feel like it would be a very strong message. I don't think they need to change the design, like, necessarily, but I would like them to, and I feel like it'd be a very good idea and marketing idea as well for them to make the women's division feel like a much bigger deal. But yeah, I feel like this is just Britt Baker's time. It's Britt Baker's time, everybody. Next up on the card is the AEW World Championship match between Kenny Omega, Orange Cassidy, and Pac. What a match this is going to be. Oh my god. It's Kenny Omega that's walking away with the victory, but oh my god, what a match this is going to be. Orange Cassidy is one of my favourites ever at the moment. Like, I know I like saying ever, but like, he's one of my favourites right now by a country mile. I love everything about him. He's unique, he's special. There's star power in him, and people would be against him being world champion. I would never be against it, because I feel like sometimes you need a different feeling of a world champion. You need a cocky world champion, which is what, you know, Kenny Omega is. You need a dominant heel like a Miro. You need that fighting babyface. You need that, you know, dominant babyface. And sometimes you need that comedy relief. And I know it's not like, you know, people will be like, oh, it's treating the world title like a joke. It wouldn't be. It wouldn't be, because they'd still make them feel like a big deal. It will just be in a very different way to what you're used to. And Pac would be an amazing world champion. It would carry that title like no end. I would love to see a Pac world title run, but not right now. It's Kenny Omega's time. We are on the road to Kenny Omega versus Hangman Adam Page at some point, probably at All Out. and we just gotta wait for then. But oh boy, like, it's gonna be one hell of a match, and I will have a smile on my face throughout this match, because there'll be near falls all the time, big moves, and I just can't wait for it. It's probably going to be match of the night, and it will live up to expectations, I can guarantee you that. And finally, it won't be the main event, I don't think, but I could see them putting this on last, which is the Pinnacle of MJF, Wardlow, Shawn Spears, Cash Wheeler and Dax Harwood versus the Inner Circle of Chris Jericho, Jake Hager, Sammy Guevara, Santana and Ortiz. And if the Inner Circle lose, they must disband the team forever. And I'm going to go with the Inner Circle. I feel like there's a long-term plan here, and, you know, getting the Inner Circle's win back is good. I love the element of breaking up the Inner Circle, because some people would have predicted maybe the Pinnacle to come away with the win here, whereas adding that Inner Circle element, I feel like, has shaken things up. People don't really know where it's going to go. I'm kind of going with my heart over heart and head, really. I don't want the Inner Circle to break up, and I don't think it would be a good idea. So keep them together and have them win here, and then we can have a massive blow-off match down the line. I don't know what match we could possibly have. You know, you've had War Games, you've had Stadium Stampede. I don't know what kind of match you can do next. And it could be as simple as a 5-on-5 elimination match at the end, you know, which would actually be a very, very good match. It depends where you want to go with that, but I want to see the Inner Circle continue, and I feel like it will here. This rivalry is unreal, and I love everything about it. That Pinnacle, that MJF turn was unreal. Like, everyone thought, oh, you know, he's going to try and take over the Inner Circle and blah, blah. They played us. They absolutely played us. They made us think one thing, and then it was like, oh, they've known the whole time, oh my god. And then it was like, oh, and he's known the whole time that they've known the whole time. And it just blew my mind, absolutely blew my mind when that MJF reveal happened. And yeah, this match is going to be great. I can't wait to see how it turns out, because apparently there's going to be a massive live element to it, so the crowd in the stadium get, you know, a bit of joy out of it. But yeah, it's going to be one hell of a show, and, you know, hopefully, you know, I smash the predictions out here, and I feel like I could, but you just never know, do you? You never know with the predictions, and I cannot wait for this show. So fingers crossed that I'm able to do the stream. I will keep you updated on my social media platforms that are in the description of every video. But yeah, what are your predictions for AEW's Double or Nothing? Please put those down in the comments down below, and I will give my take on what I think of your predictions. Like, if you've gone very left field, I will tell you, sort of thing. We're gonna have a little conversation in the comments. Hit that like button if you like this video. If you're new here, please do subscribe and check out all my other stuff on the channel. I've got a wide variety of stuff going out at the moment, so do check it all out, and, you know, see what you think of the channel. And I shall see all of you in the next video. See ya.